Hello everybody, welcome back to another video of 4305 Back of the House Workshop. In the previous series, you've learned about safety, sanitation, and menu planning, and for this week, our topic is purchasing and procurement. Now, what is purchasing and procurement? In a nutshell, purchasing is to buy something, while procurement also deals with the selection of the vendor or the suppliers. You've learned that having a reputable supplier is one of the things you can do to keep food safe. So the action of how to select that supplier becomes very important, especially for what we do in F&B. Now, there are 7 purchasing principles, and usually for manufacturing or wholesale segment, but can also be applied to our industry as well. To boil down all these principles, what you need to know is that you want the right material or the ingredients in terms of quality and the amount, and pay appropriate price for them while acquiring these items when and where you need them. And you would want to purchase from a source and with a contract that makes sense to your operation and for your needs. There are many ways you can purchase products in our industry: open market purchasing, one-stop purchasing, warehouse purchasing, contract purchasing. I am not going to go over all of those in this video, but please check out the slides or PPT for more info. But what you need to keep in mind is to select the purchasing method that suits your operation and for what purpose. You may not want to use contract purchasing if you need flexibility, or you may want to use warehouse purchasing only in case of emergency and use open market purchasing for the most part. But if you know you will be buying large quantities and have consistency, then you may want to take advantage of discounts and perks you get from contract purchasing from a large supplier. If you are working for a large company or a hotel, most of the times you have specific suppliers that closely work with you already. But from time to time, when renewal of these contracts comes up, it is a good idea to shop around and see what's out there. When you are trying to choose which suppliers that you want to go for, there are several criteria that you should consider. Just like selecting appropriate purchasing method, you need to select a supplier based on your needs and the type of operation that you have, and never use price as the sole determining factor to select the supplier. To operate a restaurant, there are many things you have to think about. Purchasing is just one of them. Obviously, without ingredients, you cannot make the food to serve the guests. So here's a list of what planning flow may look like: menu planning, recipe writing, set menu specification, forecast consumption, set quantity, request quotes, select supplier, ordering, receive or reject, store the food items, and finally produce and serve the guests. So I know making mouth-watering dishes and serving guests may be what you see in the restaurant, and that's what's exciting about F&B, but in order to make that happen, you have to take many steps. Point 1 and 2 needs to happen long before selecting which suppliers to choose. We've gone over so far the basics of menu planning in the previous lessons, and there will be another video on how to properly write a recipe. But let's talk about point number 3, setting the item specifications. Let's say that you have carrot soup on your menu and you need to order ingredients. What do you put on the purchase order for carrots? Carrots can come in many sizes and in many forms. Carrot whole, unpeeled or peeled? Do you want large or small? Baby carrots perhaps? Or pre-cooked frozen in 1 kilo bag, pre-cut and pre-cooked in a 200-gram can? So as you can see, even carrots need to be specified. One of the main factors that can determine your specification is that intended use of the product, meaning how do you plan to use that product. For this example, carrots would turn into a batch of soup. Since they will all be cooked in a large pot and be pureed, baby carrot and pre-cut, pre-cooked varieties are excluded. And they usually cost more than regular carrots. Between carrot whole, unpeeled or peeled, I would use unpeeled since they would last longer in storage, and I would have kitchen staff who can peel them. If I had an option of large or smaller carrots, I would choose large, so I won't have to cut and peel as many carrots as I would for the smaller ones. Thank you again for joining for this video on purchasing and procurement. I'll see you guys next time.